How are you doing today, my dear friends? A very warm and incredibly gracious welcome to each and every one of you joining us in today's special live session. To everyone who is currently watching me right now and has become a part of today's wonderful live broadcast, I want to extend a truly heartfelt welcome to you all. Friends, as we gradually and steadily begin today's live stream, I want to acknowledge all our dedicated members and absolutely everyone who is tuning in from wherever you are. These are the incredible individuals who inspire us to pay close attention to some of the most important things in our daily lives. Okay. So, before we officially begin today's interactive live session, let's give a little extra time to all of our wonderful members who are currently joining us from all over today. And let's take a brief, quiet moment to prepare ourselves fully for today's live broadcast. We are so glad you are here. They are currently searching for their own future, constantly wondering what they should do next, and actively seeking such ideas. However, they do not yet have a truly deep or good understanding of the complex global situation, the overall world situation. So, my dear friends, it is incredibly important for all of us to pay close attention to these things and to be fully aware of them as we move forward. It's not entirely in our hands. Whatever is happening in the whole world in some way is giving us a sign. It is providing us with a direction, but we often find ourselves drifting away in a different direction. So, my dear friends, today's live session is truly very special for everyone, every single person who is connected to this live stream today, and especially all those who have families and children of their own. You really must watch this session because what we are discussing in today's live broadcast is beyond just the ordinary matters and routine concerns of our daily lives. This significant development will likely influence us to pay much closer and more deliberate attention to a wide variety of other important things. By doing so, we can ensure that we are better equipped to effectively guide our children and all the future generations that follow us in the right and most beneficial direction. Hello, my dear friends. In today's highly anticipated live session, we are going to dive deep into the details and get to know exactly what this entails, why it matters so much, and how it impacts every single one of us. Every single one of us who currently lives in the vast and diverse country of India shares a deep and heartfelt desire to provide our children with a bright and prosperous future. But it is not necessarily true that things will always turn out exactly the way we might imagine or hope for in our minds. This reality is truly very unfortunate and deeply saddening. It is a complex situation that is filled with a tremendous amount of overwhelming confusion, significant doubt, and a great deal of painful uncertainty for everyone involved. No matter how much we might truly want it in our hearts, we won't always be able to raise our children exactly the way we wish or envision. So, today, my dear friends, we are going to sit down and discuss some of these very important topics together. And before we actually begin our discussion for the day, I want to take a moment to extend a very warm and sincere welcome to every single one of you who is joining us live right now. Our primary goal is to carefully prepare all of our children, regardless of whether they are our daughters or our sons, in such a comprehensive way that they are truly equipped to live their lives successfully and happily. However, we must recognize that there are so many different external factors to consider and so many complex things happening in the world today that influence their journey, that are happening, which determine what will happen in the future. So, the very first thing that I really want to share with you today is that if you truly believe that you have the power to decide your children's entire future, that you can somehow motivate your children to move in one specific particular direction, that you simply want your children to become successful engineers or medical doctors, and that this alone will be enough for them. Then, in these modern times, here in the complex world of the 21st century, there is a very important thing you must realize. Thinking in this particular way and choosing to live your daily life with this specific mindset will inevitably lead you into a huge, inescapable dilemma. It represents a truly great misunderstanding of your potential, and if I may be so bold as to say, it would be a great sin against your own future. a major, profound misconception in your life's journey, and a dangerous way of deceiving yourself into believing things that are simply not true for you. So, to every single adult out there, and especially to all the parents, I really want them to understand a crucial point. Just because they are the elders in the house, thinking that their children will turn out exactly as they wish is a deeply flawed and incorrect way of thinking, my friends. There are many such complex equations about how life actually works that will ultimately determine how things will unfold in the future. The good thing is that if you understand these things, then you can determine them. If you Whereas the truth is actually far more intricate and nuanced than most people realize, often requiring us to look much deeper into the facts to understand the full picture of what is really going on. When we take the time to peel back the layers of common misconceptions, we discover a reality that is both complex and fascinating, challenging our initial assumptions and forcing us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about the situation. The truth is that in the life you're living every day, just saying that a personality whom you consider your guru, someone separate from your daily routine or family life, will fix everything in your life while you continue to live however you want. If you keep living however you want, that will not have any effect on your life. This is a very strange way of thinking. Just think about this for a moment. Believing that if I join a religion or become associated with a temple, or perhaps you might choose to get deeply involved in some form of ritualistic worship, or maybe even become a dedicated part of a long standing guru tradition. And then you start to believe that all the complex problems in your life will suddenly be solved, no matter how much absolute chaos and destruction you have caused in your personal life. Friends, I truly want you to take a moment to consider this small but vital topic very seriously today. Having such a dedicated teacher and a profound expert in your life is a true blessing. This is a very knowledgeable person who has seen a vast amount of the world and is patiently trying to make you understand something truly significant in your own life journey. This kind of wisdom and mentorship is something that is absolutely necessary and vital in today's complex and rapidly changing situation, providing the clarity we all need. Today, we are talking about our children, our youth. If we truly want to guide our young generation in the right direction for the future, it is absolutely vital and very important that we take the time to correct certain things. That is exactly why, my dear friends, I have chosen today's very significant topics on all the rise of cheap pleasures, the development of a weak society, the concerning direction in which the modern world is currently heading, and all those complex factors who contribute to this situation. I truly want every single one of you to take a moment to deeply reflect on this matter for a little while, because it is an incredibly important and fundamental issue for our society. If you find that you are ultimately unable to guide your upcoming young generation of children in the right direction for their futures, and if you carefully observe all the various activities of your children, including their daily routines, their specific way of living, and the habits they form every day, if you feel that this is enough, then friends, you are about to lose a lot in your life. You are pushing yourself in a direction where you will lose much. This pushing yourself in the direction where life is not going to be very fruitful. Be aware of this. Friends, religion creates a great illusion for you that everything will be taken care of. Spirituality, on the other hand, gives you this biological vitality that everything is right in front of you. I am awakening you if you can awaken and if you can take steps in the right direction. If you can take steps in the right direction, then your life will become better. Spirituality does not promise you any miracles, any spiritual powers, or any kind of opulence. He does not truly want to reveal or show you anything at all that would somehow cause you to completely forget your own personal actions in this life, blindly and aimlessly chasing after various miracles, and becoming deeply and dangerously obsessed with them. That is precisely why, my dear friends, true spirituality has always remained a truly great and profound legacy of the holy saints. because they have consistently made the entire world fully aware of these truths. By scrolling through various digital platforms and social media apps, one can discover a truly dazzling world filled with endless glitter and immense glamour. Every single day, people are constantly seeing a specific kind of curated life on their mobile phones that portrays a world which seems to be overflowing with extreme luxury, breathtaking grandeur, and incredible opulence, suggesting that absolutely everyone else is living a truly magnificent and perfect life. There is an expectation, a grand vision that the world is living such a luxurious life. This often pushes us and our children towards a feeling where, in order to attain that luxury, that grand sense, we become willing to do anything. We become ready to do anything to achieve it. Friends, have you ever noticed your children behaving like this? Many times they get trapped in the wrong company, fall into addictions like drugs or alcohol or other kinds of vices, simply because these things give them a chance to associate with wealthy, grand, or very influential people. They see it as a good opportunity to mingle and socialize with such people. You might not be aware of this, but right now your children are influenced by someone like that. They are not influenced by you, but by someone who is living a very flashy lifestyle. Friends, it is very important for all of us to realize that if you don't pay attention to this, if you ignore this seemingly small issue, it could happen that your future generations will also start following such people. Not towards success, but yes, they will definitely be led towards addiction, towards indulgence, that is, towards hunger for luxury. They will definitely be led there. And to prevent this, it is very important that we focus on certain things. Friends, all the members who are joining us today, I want to say that if you are part of today's life, if you are a family person, if you are connected to your family, if you are connected to your family, please do share some of your feelings with all of us. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever it may be. If you feel that something is important, or if there is something you want to see changed in your life or in the coming generations, please do share such things so that we can discuss all these matters. Friends, today I have chosen a small topic for this reason. I chose to focus on a relatively small and specific topic because in our daily life, almost every single person is searching for cheap happiness. That is to say, finding simple ways to become happy quite easily and instantly. Have you ever truly stopped to observe yourself and really looked at how your daily routine goes? From the moment you wake up in the morning until you go to sleep in the evening, what specific actions do you take to make yourself feel happy? Any means at all that make you feel a sense of joy, whether those means are false or true, it doesn't really matter to you when every single thing that you do justifies your life. Friends, statistics show that nowadays the youth of India and many families in India are living a life that is not truly theirs, a life that is in some way projected, that is in some way for show, that in some way belongs to someone else. This is a unique item that you can truly call your very own personal possession, something that belongs exclusively to you and that you will be able to cherish and keep for the rest of your entire life. If you do not evaluate your life as your own, if you do not truly assess whether you are living in an illusion, whether you are being overly religious, if strictly because of ancient rituals, deep seated religious practices, and various other such things, you find that you are being actively prevented from gaining valuable knowledge, from advancing further in the field of science, and from progressing meaningfully in your own life. And if you do not take the time to critically assess this situation, then you should not attempt to justify yourself by simply asking, are you really living a much better life than all the other people around you? At the very minimum level of existence, you ought to be capable of improving at least one single life, and that is your very own. Whenever we find ourselves completely unable to live such a meaningful and fulfilling life, and then right along with us, every single one of the people who are deeply connected to us, regardless of whether they are our immediate family members or perhaps our own children, Inda, will also, in some significant way, begin to carry that very same heavy sentiment within themselves as well. Before that, friends, there is a very beautiful message that just came before me, and I really want to read it out loud for you. It is a truly beautiful message, friends. I am looking for it now because I wish I can find it again to share with you. Rahul says something quite profound here, friends. He says he has carefully reflected on everything and has finally decided. Let me show you. I want to marry, but my parents are finding it difficult to accept this. I found it. I would be grateful if you could help. This is a completely different message. Rahul wants to say something about his marriage. This is your deck. Rahul wants to say something. Rahul, this is your decision. Whether you get married in your life or not is up to you. No one can force you to do this. But there is one thing I definitely want to tell you. Marriage essentially means choosing one specific person in your life to join together with them and truly take care of their entire life. If you truly consider yourself to be capable in this particular way, then fine. You are certainly eligible enough to take care of someone else's life in a very much higher form. If you can genuinely make someone's life significantly better and more meaningful. But if you haven't achieved anything in your own life yet, so the first thing you should do is try to find yourself, aim for something that brings value to your life. First and foremost, you truly need to make something meaningful of your own life, my dear friends. Our nation of India is currently living under a very big and deep seated misconception. Most people think, me, my own family, and my kids should grow up, get well married, and then eventually I'll just play with their children. This is exactly the kind of limited society we have become today, where people want this, they are finding purpose in their life, asking themselves, if God has sent you into this world, then why did He send you? That's the first question they ask themselves. And if God has sent you here to realize your abilities to the highest level, then why don't you do the hard work that brings you closer to that kind of skill? If God has sent you into this world and you, what could you discover if you dedicate your life to that search? Then life becomes a sweet thing. Only then does life become truly lived. Otherwise, in the routine of daily existence, life just passes by. In the routine of daily existence, life just drifts along like a potato rolling in the great cauldron of fate. That's how you live. We did not come into this world just to start a family, and if starting a family was our only purpose, then why do people leave the world behind? You and many others like you have built families and then left this world. They are no longer here. Everyone who has created a value is remembered. Even today, if you look around, you see them. We remember only those people who made some great discovery in their lives. Someone invented light, someone discovered water. The individual known as Kichigataggal stands out as a remarkably unique figure, possessing a presence that captures the attention of everyone in the room. Her story is one of intrigue and depth, reflecting a blend of cultural influences that define her character's journey. As we look closer at her background, we see the layers of complexity that make her such a compelling person to follow in this narrative. But first, you have to become something yourself. If you become something, then your family will be established. If you become so capable that 10 people have expectations from you, only then will your family be formed. Friends, let's take another question. Amut Umavat says, we keep getting more and more attracted to immediate pleasures. How can we practice better self control? And up to you and to all the brothers and sisters like you who are watching live right now, I want to tell you one thing about self control. Don't do it. Do not control. Do not be the police of yourself. Try to explore yourself. See, every person has been given life for a certain period of time. You and I have come into this life for a subscription, out of which we spend 20 to 30 years. We spend those years understanding opportunities and fundamental values, studying, writing, acquiring basic education. When you reach the age of 25 or 30, that's when you begin to understand the true value of life. If you are in this situation right now, if you are the smartest at this moment, if you are over 25 years old, life truly means to gather as much as you possibly can, to accumulate life's experiences, and to create such a magnificent treasure in this world that people will always know you for it. Friends, many people have tried to create such a lasting treasure until now. In today's modern times, You can clearly see countries like Iran, the United States, and many others. And many have tried to amass great treasures and vast kingdoms, but today all of these have turned to dust. What I want to tell you is that on one hand, society will tell you to accumulate worldly things, while on the other hand, spirituality will point you in the direction to learn yourself. You are born, and you have to understand in your own life what you can explore, what experiences you can gain. Think deeply about the vast range of what you can truly experience in this world and the incredible milestones you can achieve throughout your entire life journey. It is about reaching your full potential and finding fulfillment in every single step you take. Now, my dear friends, our guest Gopalji has brought forward a very insightful and thought provoking question that he would like to share with all of us today for further discussion and reflection. You have been given this life for a certain period of time, and you need to ask yourself why you have been given this life. The moment you reach that point, you have to explore your life, to search, to become a seeker, to contemplate, to gather, to fill yourself with all the things of the world and appear very wealthy. As long as this system remains, the value of your life will be just like that of countless others who have come before you. It's not as if people before you, before today, haven't earned money, haven't accumulated wealth, haven't gathered kingdoms, or haven't lived in grand palaces. I want to ask you, can you name a single person whom you personally know who was very wealthy and also truly happy from before your time? Not from your era, but from earlier times? Maybe in your own time you can name Ambani or Adani. Name 10 such wealthy people, Elon Musk and others. How much do you really remember people from earlier times who were rich? Friends, the truth is that after time passes, no one remembers even the greatest personalities. You are living in an illusion if you think someone will remember you. You are living in an illusion if you think money will create any real value in your life. You are living in an illusion if you think the world will, that all these precious things, fine clothes, wealth, gold, silver, money, will create any value. Only one thing can truly create value in your life: that you learn why you were born, why you are alive, and what you want to do with your life. Friends, I want all of you to reflect on this. It's not an easy subject, but the more you contemplate these things, the more you will understand the reality of your life. Let's take a question. Shantanu says something. He asks, we perform worship and recite prayer beads. Friends, are you listening to me? What is the significance of worship and prayer beads? Think about it. The God whom you do not know, the God who created the world, the God who made the universe, do you think that God needs your prayer beads? Is God sitting there waiting for your worship, for your offerings? Do you think you can win over God with prayer beads? Do you think you can worship God, the one you call the creator of the universe? Can you really worship such a God? All these things are completely rejected by spirituality. Spirituality says that God cannot be worshipped, God cannot be appeased, and prayer beads cannot be recited for God. God cannot be pleased by all sorts of worldly pomp and show. Who says that God the Lord can be appeased by various rituals, by chanting different mantras, or by different spiritual practices? If God is truly the creator of the world, then he can only be pleased by your honesty, by the moment you love him more than the world. Do you love him more than the world? There is only one thing. If this is not the case, then putting on a show is pointless. There is no value in such display. Let me take another question, friends. One question asks, what do we actually have to explore? It is said that we learn through life, so in this way, we can never fully explore. Friends, those who think about what it means to explore, the meaning of exploration, it means that you are not aware of what the goal of your life is. You are completely present in the moment. You just become an observer. You are only visually watching what is in front of you. If you are sitting here in this moment and looking at the sun, you don't have to find the outcome of it. You are not so bound to the outcome. The meaning of exploration is that you don't know what will happen. Have you ever stopped to wonder what might actually happen next as we move forward? My dear friends, there are so many possibilities waiting for us, and I am truly excited to explore every single one of them with all of you today. All of us are so afraid of what the outcome will be that we think about the result beforehand and only then take a step in that direction. We feel that maybe the outcome will be painful, so we already imagine that result and then move in that direction. If you scariest doomsday comes out the first day, in the middle, better prediction elections, baboon. If you mention it, e.g., keyboards tell the truth, swims, indigenous esgram. Stop trying to control your children. Stop trying to control yourself. Stop trying to control others. Simply take a moment to just observe whatever is happening all around you in this very moment. And please realize that you are more than capable enough. You are truly so worthy that you can gracefully accept whatever comes your way. Regardless of whether it is something good or something bad, you have the strength to accept it in your life. Now, my dear friends, I see that we have a couple more very interesting questions here. Veena Verma asks a very deep question. How can we truly know why we have come into this world and what our ultimate purpose in life is? Well, Veena ji, I would like to say that. I want to ask you, why is it necessary to know why you came here? Why is it so important? Why you came into this world? If you have come into this world and you are here today, is it not important that you understand what it means to be where you are? Why are you living day and night just to take care of a family? You are running a household, working hard from morning till evening, earning money. Will you spend your whole life, day and night, morning and evening, just so there is food in the house, and then one day you die? Isn't that a question? The question is, why did I come here, friends? Why did I come? Who will answer that? But you are here. You can find the answer to that. If you can do anything, whatever your daily activities are from morning till evening, besides just earning money, is there something else? If you try to worship people, it's possible that you might connect with that spiritual perspective in your life that today's spiritual guides talk about. Who will answer why you are here? And as soon as you ask why did you come here, dear, you suddenly start believing in those people who are ready to tell you lies. All the gurus, all the saints, all the ritualistic priests. And friends, let me tell you something, a global perspective. Don't just look at India, look at the map of the world. Compared to the world map, India is so small, so tiny that you can't even imagine it. In the context of the whole world, if you were to count India as 1 out of 100, it would only be a fraction, just one part. 99% is the rest of the world. But we believe that we are everything, that we know everything, that we are all important. This arrogance exists within us, that we know it all, that we are everything. Friends, this arrogance does not easily go away. In this world, to truly understand life, to save yourself from drowning, to avoid destroying yourself, spirituality teaches you one thing. First, get rid of your ego. You are no one, you are nobody, you belong to nothing. You are just a human being in the whole universe. In this entire creation, you are just one individual. Now try to understand, what are you? How can you look at your own life? Friends, Hari Sharan has written a question. What is the ultimate aim of life? Again, Hari, why do you want to ask me? What is the purpose of life? If I tell you something and you simply believe it, how wrong would that be? That I tell you something and you just accept it. The purpose of life is something every person must search for themselves. In spirituality, it is about looking within yourself. Lose yourself so deeply within that you discover for yourself what your life's purpose is. If I tell you, will it be true? Will it be right for me to tell you to do something and you just do it? Friends, this would be the most difficult moment in our lives if we say anything and someone simply believes it. Never go in this direction. Friends, there is another question. A sister named Rowley writes, she writes that, does this truly mean that you are meant to live without any particular aim? No? What is the ultimate overarching aim of your own life? How will you ever really know? How will you decide what the true aim of your life is? Do the people around you decide the aim of your life? Does your social privilege decide it for you? Today, People all around you say that success simply means earning money, so you find yourself inevitably swept away and caught up in that race. But how do you truly know for certain if that is right for you? Is this really the aim of your life? This was never the aim of your life. Even if you achieve something in your life, you still feel just as empty as you did before. Friends, today as I travel around the world, I see people who possess immense wealth, who own entire countries, while you and I don't even have a small house, not even a small flat. I have seen such people in Delhi and Noida. I have seen people living in tiny flats, friends. But where I am currently traveling, people there own entire countries. They have land stretching for kilometers. They have nothing but kilometers of land, entire states, whole empires in their possession, and yet they still feel empty. What a huge illusion it is to think that my home in big cities like Mumbai and Delhi, people think I have a big house, I have property, this estate, this money, this wealth. And then you realize you have nothing. There is nothing in these hands, nothing at all. It's all useless. If death were to come today, if I were to die today, these hands would remain empty. That house, that property, that estate that I used to consider mine will suddenly be transferred to someone else. You will have nothing. You are just zero. What is your aim? Your aim is not what the world decides for you. What is the value of this world? The world only understands one thing: material possessions, the highest peak of worldly success. But your aim is what you discover within yourself. When you close your eyes and search inside, when you go within yourself, then you realize something is happening. To move forward in that direction, that is the most amazing situation. That is what spirituality, what adhyatma, spirituality, teaches you. Sometimes we judge a person based on a single bad behavior. Why do we judge their entire life's behavior from just one incident? Maybe that person behaves that way only in that moment, even though you have to spend your whole life with them. What difference does it make? Let me tell you one thing about this. I want to say that life passes by so quickly, you won't even realize it. I have seen many such people, sometimes our parents, sometimes our grandparents. They too experienced their youth, and today they are in old age. 70 or 80 years have passed, everything is gone, life runs so fast. The questions you are asking, once you get their answers, then look at how people think, how people's minds work. Think about what people think of you. Consider this: all the people in the world. One day, life will move so quickly that the very people for whom you couldn't move forward in life, those people won't even be there anymore. Life is not about people. Life is not about the people's perception, what people think, what their perception is, what their mindset is, what their way of thinking is, what their beliefs are. All these things only serve to distract you. Try to live life from your own perspective. What has life given you? What has God given you? What opportunity has the divine God given you? And if God has given you an opportunity, how will you live? How will you be able to shape your life in the right way? How will you be able to live your life in the right direction? Friends, today we need to first perhaps learn ourselves and then teach our youth that the true value of life is something else. Friends, let me tell you something very surprising. We all live in India, but apart from India, there are many people in the world who want to instill in their future generations the idea of how to be happy. They don't want to tell their children that you must become an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, or pursue some big business. That is why they don't want to put pressure on their children. They want to teach their children how to be joyful, how to be happy. And if you can be happy, if you can be joyful in your life, if you can truly accept whatever God has given you in your life with happiness, then how beautiful life would become. It's not a simple thing, friends, but many great countries are doing this. And watch, you should try to look at this thing. For many people in this world, money, wealth, a high position, a big title, these are not everything. People are teaching how to be happy, how to be grateful for whatever is happening. Friends, let me take one more question, and after that, we will conclude today's live session. I know that all of you work very, very, very hard in any direction for your children, for your family. You want to elevate everyone in your family, But I want to tell you that your definition should not be dictated by the world. People should not decide how you will be successful. If you think that the world will determine what your success is, then people will always judge it by money, wealth, high positions, high status, high profile jobs, or big companies. And one day you will leave all of this behind. One day you will have to leave all these things when you die. You will have to leave it all behind. The house you are dying for, people will divide it up. The property you built will be broken into pieces. The money you accumulated will become the cause of fights. Your own family members will shed each other's blood over it. Do you understand? You have seen all these things in your life. You have seen people fighting over property, brothers against brothers, sisters against sisters, shedding each other's blood, and you believe that what you feel is the truth. But India is no longer the India that used to accept the truth. Now, India is the India that wants to live in its own false pride, in its own false greed. And spirituality is now teaching you not to do this. Friends, if you are on the spiritual path, if you seek the refuge of saints, then being religious means not being bound by any particular custom or tradition. To uphold any custom is not spirituality. Spirituality means to break free from any custom or tradition, to question it so much, to challenge it so much, to be so ready to break it that you can see the truth. So, whether you become a religious person, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Sikh, a Christian, become a human being. Be human. By being human, uphold your humanity. Attain greatness, my dear friends. That is all for our session today. I want to say that I know all of the brothers and sisters who are joining today's special live session. Thank you very, very much indeed for taking this wonderful opportunity to connect with me. I am fully aware that such precious moments are quite rare, but as long as I am traveling abroad and away from India, I am truly trying my best to go live at least twice a week so that I can connect deeply with all of you and share everything that is currently in my heart. All of you are very close to my heart, and I believe that you will achieve a lot in your lives, that you will guide your children in the right direction, and that you will lead future generations on the right path. This is something I always hope for. As long as I am abroad, my effort is to go live with you 2 times every week. So, friends, today is Sunday the 22nd, and I am very happy to have connected with you live. The next live session will be within the next 3 or 4 days. I think it will be on Thursday, but whatever the case, we will share it with you. For that, please stay connected to all our channels. I hope that everyone who is connected to our channels, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or any other channel, will keep receiving updates from time to time about how to join the live sessions. So, friends, the next live session will be 3 or 4 days from today, and we are going to do that live on a very special topic. Because there are many people who are scared today, not just in India, but all over the world. There is chaos. You thought your future would be secure. You thought you would do business, you would work, and suddenly you see that the whole world is heading towards destruction. People are fighting, trying to take control over each other. People are attacking, and suddenly our daily routines have been affected. Our food and drink have become expensive, our oil has become expensive, gas has become expensive, all our essential commodities have become costly. How are we supposed to live? How do we prepare ourselves in our lives for such situations? So much is happening. It's possible the world is heading toward destruction. It's possible that in the future we may face even more difficult times. If we see our lives in a state of constant conflict, what will we do in such times, friends? To understand all these things, we will connect in the next live session so that all of you can discuss these topics and learn about them. Thank you very much. That's all for today, friends. Take care of yourself and take care of every human being, every child, every youth who is. Understand the children in your family, give them every opportunity to live their lives, give them the chance for education, help them grow in science, help them progress in every way. Do not make them religious, make them spiritual, make them connected to their inner self. It is not necessary to be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, or Christian. It is necessary to be spiritual. So if you try to guide someone in this direction, then It will be a great effort. Thank you very much, friends, for being a part of this live session today. I hope we will meet again soon. Until then, thank you very much. That's all for today. I hope you get the opportunity to be a part of the next live session soon. Wishing for this, friends. Thank you very much. And with the thought that we will meet again soon, we take your leave for today. To all those who will be part of the next live session, I hope that they will strive to connect as many people as possible with the live session. The more people there are, the more this message will reach others, and the more people will be able to benefit from these discussions. Thank you very much, friends. That's all for today. Good night, and we'll meet again soon. Thank you.